Hello, my little wordlings. I hope you're doing fantastic today. I just wanted to show you a little antique book haul that I got from a store called Brown's and another store called Allison the Bookman in North Bay. They were fantastic little stores. I could have stayed forever in both of them and enjoyed a whole day just browsing everything that they had. This whole section has absolutely no sound. All I was saying here was how much I love old books. I always had an affinity for them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the smell, the history behind it. Yes, I smell books. You know you do too. But anyway, yes, they are just the idea that they've gone through so much that the book itself, the object itself, has a story to tell outside of the story that's already in the pages. I don't know, there's just something about that appeals to me in a very nostalgic way, for a nostalgia that's not mine. I don't know if any of you can relate. I'm sure I said more because this is way longer, but I'm gonna stop there. There weren't that many book selections at Brown's Antique Store, but the antiques they had, oh my god. And I'm going to show you one thing that's not a book, but I did buy. Actually, this is the first time I'm opening it. It's a Star Trek medallion for Star Trek The Voyage Home. And I actually don't know what this piece of paper is with it. I'm assuming some kind of, certificate of authenticity. All who display this limited edition collector's treasure are bound together in the struggle to preserve life forms in our small planet. The return of Captain Kirk and his team to San Francisco in the 20th century, their struggle to save the humpback whale into the 23rd century, symbolizes our respect for life in all its dimensions. Star Trek's heart theme has always been, all life is sacred everywhere. We know these beliefs will be even more appreciated in the years ahead as humans better understand the life and intelligence based in our universe. Gene Roddenberry. Oh, Gene, if you only knew. Pretty cool though, right? The first book I bought was at Brown's, and I told myself I was only going to buy one book. There was one that was a series of books, and they were $10 each, so they would have equaled up to this one. But then I saw this one, I'm like, the other one had poems from like Alexander Pope and such, which I have various books with those in it, but I have nothing on how to be a successful hostess. What made me fall in love with this book, not just the whatever woman should know about entertaining and etiquette, so I could see how I'm doing my life wrong.
You absolute imbecile.
The first thing I flipped to, let's see if it's, there's a whole section on fortune telling with cards and dice and tea leaves. If I figure out how to do it, here is a video of me doing dice and their meanings with my husband.
So what do I do?
Okay, so make a wish and then roll the dice, and you can roll 5 times.
I know, right?
2 hours later.
Okay, longest wish ever.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. You can roll till you get doubles if you want, or you can just stop at any point.
I'm happy with this.
Okay, so your wish isn't going to come true.
No, that sucks.
But 5 and 4, 4 and 5, 5. You will receive a letter. Better pay the bill now.
Interesting. Okay, let's try this again.
You want to okay? Make a wish and
All
roll.
right.
Loki, you can't roll. Okay, your wish still isn't coming true.
Shit. So I don't get the point of this. Do I need both dice or?
Yeah, you need doubles for your wish to come true. Otherwise, you get a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 and 6.
1 and 5.
No. Oh, that's a 5?
Yeah.
You believe a timetable has 4 legs.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea. All right, one more time.
One more time.
All right.
Some of these are just awesome. Okay, 6-in-1 this time.
Mm-hmm.
Do not eat toadstools. God damn it, Mario.
All right.
That was the last one. You don't get any more wishes.
Did I do it? Did it go in? I hope it did. But there's just so menus for special occasions. Grapefruit cup, roast duckling, gravy, squash, cauliflower, pineapple salad, squash pie, salted nuts, coffee. These aren't bad, little menu guides, even for your own family. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of racism and prejudice and homophobia, which is going to be fun to read.
But I do like a little bit of shade.
There's different games in here. Pyramid spelling. Who is it? This game, like many others, is very entertaining, all except the one who is it. Blindfolded, it stands in the center of the room with a stick or cane in his hand. The others form a circle around him after he has been blindfolded. It points a stick to one of the players who must take hold of it. It is then permitted to ask 3 questions of the holder of the stick. The questions must be answered yes or no in a disguised voice. If it recognizes the voice, he names the person who must then exchange places with them. There's different variations of that game that we played in school, isn't it? Oh, different table etiquette. Corn on the cob and artichokes are eaten with the fingers. The corn cob is held in one hand only. No. Like this, spinny. This is not a thing. No. I'm already doing life wrong according to this, and I don't care.
Her book cover with her trying to launch and sell her book to the judges with.
Now, it says someone had written in this August. It looks like August 27th, 1923. I think that's what's written in it. But this was first edition and published in 1930, so it's almost 100 years old, and it's in great shape. Should take the price tag keeps wanting to come off. I should probably just take it off. But yeah, a fun book that I would still argue has literary merit because it's a time capsule of how things used to be, or this is Facebook basically. This is what I want people to think of me, so I will present myself in this way. 1930s Facebook. Now, at the other store, I'll show you the antique books in a second, but I'm going to show you a couple of others I bought too. So, this one was Blind Date with a Book, and I am a sucker for blind dates with books. I've only ever gotten one bad book from doing these, so that's pretty good odds, and I think I've bought from different stores about 5 blind dates with books by now. So this is what it said on the front. Fast-moving and compelling satirical eye on people who have turned their backs on undocumented refugees struggling to survive. And genre is contemporary fiction. And I was so excited to see a Lawrence Hill book. What a fantastic freaking author. I've never actually seen a picture of him before. I own the Book of Negroes, but I've never seen the TV series, so I should probably try to see that. I heard it was really good, but I always go for the book first because I was about to say couldn't decide if I should say something nice about myself or something sarcastic about myself, and so I froze. Anyway, can't wait to read this one. Oh yeah, this was in this book I forgot to show you. It just fell out when I was looking at it. I enjoy sharing my books as I do my friends, asking only that you treat them well and see them safely home. I don't know if the bookstore put that in there or what, but it made me smile. That is going to live in that book now. Do you do that when you find notes in books? You like to look at the notes and stuff, but you leave them there because that's where they live. I also bought this one because I'm a big fan of Rudy Weeb, and I haven't read a book from him in a long time. And there's an afterword from the author in here. Peace that shall destroy many. That title, how can you just not get it with that title? No fun notes or anything in it, but it's going to be a good read. And I guess I got to show this off. I've always been a fan of the She Believed She Could, So She Did. It's been inspirational, but never that I could follow through on it. But I can follow through on this one. She believed she could, but she was really tired, so she didn't. And that's not to be mean to the actual quote and what it stands for other people and myself too. It's just the realistic expectations that I have of myself right now. Okay, so this is an old-ish book. I can't even explain why I bought it because it's not in my wheelhouse of books. Doubleday printed this in 1959. Permabook published this in 1960. So this is a permabook, which I'm assuming is more mass market at the time. It's basically a romance, I think. Lorna Selby was alone, a delicate, dark-eyed charmer whose fragile beauty belied her boundless courage and war-shapen cunning. Her beloved Selby Hall lay directly in the path of onrushing enemies. Soon she would be facing the savage plunderers. But the tall, smiling Pennsylvanian who arrived at Selby Hall was not the brutal invader she had expected. Lorena had been ready to defy an entire army, and now she found herself giving in to one lone Yankee soldier. But she has a freaking riding crop. And so I'm wondering what kind of book this is.
Marsupial foot fetish.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a chance. Worst case scenario, I'm reading a romance. And if I'm going to read a romance, I'm going to read one from this era. I think this is where somebody left off. Probably not, but I like to think that. Okay, this one is relatively old compared to other books I have. Every Man's Library, Poetry and the Drama, Leaves of Grass, and the Democratic Vistas with an introduction by Horace Trobel. So this is obviously Walt Whitman. Now I've read Leaves of Grass. I've had one version of it that my son stole, so now I have this version. And I've never read it. How do they put it? Democratic Vistas. It's new to me. And you always got to appreciate the beautiful artwork that they put in books like this. Poets are the trumpets which can sing to battle. Poets are unacknowledged legislators of the world. I guess that was from Shelley. So this was first published in 1912. This looks like it's the 4th edition, reprinted in 1919. So this book is over 100 years old. Can you imagine? And it's so beautiful and it's so well preserved. The binding's still pretty good. There's minimal stating. There's really no markings in it, which is kind of sad. I like it when there's markings in it, but I don't need markings. And this beautiful, like I said, artwork is just so happy. And this is definitely, I'm actually going to read this book. I hope these stickers with the price tag come off easily. I also got Dr. Sleepless, the Mortician of Love. Again, just for that artwork. I didn't read much of it. I don't know if it's erotic or I doubt it because I don't see much. Like the cover is more risque than the rest of the comic. So I had to try. 2007, which feels like yesterday, but was almost 20 years ago. This is the last old book, and you're going to open it with me because I have not taken it out of the plastic. So I don't even know why it's in plastic. I'm easily amused, and I'll tell you why I bought it. James Thurber's Fables for Our Time. Okay, so far. Dedicated to conventional sinners. Isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Like, really. So, let's see if we can open it and see a publication date. See why it was wrapped up. Because it was wrapped up, but they still put the... Like, it's not on the bag. It's on the actual book, the price tags. Like, if you're going to preserve something, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand how the biz works. I really don't. My books do not sell well. So the dust jacket leaves much to be desired, which is fine. There are very few dust jackets that survive, even when they're brand new. Mary C. Smith owned this before. Ooh. Ah. You know what? I'm going to take the dust jacket off. Just for taking off the dust jacket just for now, because I can show you some stuff. Look at this. It's embossed. Ooh. Library of Arts, A. Thomas Smith. Fables of Our Time and Famous Poems illustrated by James Thurber. Alright. Published 1943, which, again, relatively speaking, not that long ago, but still, like, it's older than my mom. Oh god. First picture I flipped to, that elephant. Oh, that elephant has seen some horrors. And oh god, there's a little naked dude. Why is there a little naked dude? And I'm not going to read you the whole story, but the moral of the story is a burden in the bush is worth two on your hands. Does that make you? Is that why he's naked? Is that why he's naked? The tortoise and the hare is in here. Patient bloodhound, which this just gives me the same vibes that I got for. Have you ever seen that episode of what was it, Futurama, where Fry's dog waits for him? Yeah. What is the moral? Paths of glory at least lead to the grave, but paths of duty may not get you anywhere. This is a children's book, I think. I had a blithe as bigly a savage as swift, surprisingly wise and witty. The New York Herald Tribune. I don't even know if that's a newspaper anymore in New York. Anyway, I'm going to very carefully put this back. Because it came in the plastic, I'm going to keep it in the plastic. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great body and brain day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.